That did not work. I tried. Hey, I'm Matthew with the Fine Press, and welcome back to Creative People Are Weird. Happy Thursday. I am sitting here in Catapult, a co-working space in Lakeland, Florida. So I'm on Interstate 4, which is in the news all over the place. So wherever you are, it's likely you've heard of where I am, right between Tampa and Orlando. And the city proper is approximately a little over 100,000 people. All the people that have Lakeland in their address, in their return address, almost 250,000 people. So this is no small town by any means, but it's also not a thriving metropolis either. Somewhere right in the middle. And I've been thinking a lot about location as it relates to creative work lately. And I'm going to tell you right now, right off the bat, I don't have kind of a definitive thought on this. I want your feedback. Location used to play an incredibly important role in a creative's work. A lot of that's changed, and it's been changing for the last 5 or 6 decades. George Lois, who considers himself, he calls himself the original madman. He also says he's better looking than Don Draper ever was. George Lois recounts a time where his agency in New York was courting a client in Chicago, and that client said, you know, we're going to go with someone local. We're really concerned about, just being able to have face-to-face meetings when we need to. And they got that information, that feedback pretty early one morning, and he and his partners decided they were going to show them, hopped on a plane in New York, and were in Chicago in the client's offices before they got back from lunch that day. Just proof that technology kind of breaks down miles between us. But there are a lot of other advantages to being in some of the bigger cities in terms of creative environments or resources available. And a lot of times it is really nice to have the client and the creative right next to one another, or at least quickly available. I've been reading a lot about that. One of these books that I've been reading is about freelancers, and pretty much every freelancer talks about how they made the move to a big city at some point. Now, some of them actually made the move to a smaller city. There are some real strong advantages to kind of being the big fish in a little pond, or to being close to, just in a space where you enjoy doing your work if you're not really a city person. But I'm really interested in hearing your feedback and what pros and cons you see between working as a creative in a big city or working kind of wherever you are, whether that's in a rural area or in kind of a mid-sized town like mine. And then as people who hire us creatives, what do you think about creatives who aren't in the same city as you? If you prefer to hire people that are local, or do you prefer to hire people that are only in big cities, even if you're not? Please leave some feedback in the YouTube comments below, and I'll hear from you we'll talk more about it next week. I'm Matthew with the Fine Press. This is Creative People Are Weird.